Heading down to Little Sahara Sand Dunes to test the dune buggy out with the power steering. But we're running into a little bit of traffic. Wish us luck. Welcome to Cluttered Garage, everyone. So I made a video of the power steering on my dune buggy getting installed, but I promised a video of a review of how it actually performed, and yeah, I promised it the week after I made that video, but it's been 3 months, so now I'm finally making that video. Right now, this is that video, and I'm just going to go through all the clips that I have from the sand dunes trip right after, and I'm going to kind of talk about the things that I liked about the power steering and how it performed. So let's get into it. So here's my very first run in the dune buggy. As you can see, the sand's really rough right here. There's a lot of cross traffic going both ways. And in a normal situation where I didn't have power steering, you'd really have to hold on to the steering wheel, and it just jerked it back and forth, and it felt really rough. But the very first thing that I noticed with this power steering was that it didn't jerk back and forth at all, and I could pretty much hold the steering wheel straight and drive it with one hand. As you can see in the video here, every once in a while I'm kind of just holding one hand on it, which I definitely couldn't do that before. And it just turned really easy and effortlessly, and it really made the dune buggy feel light. Kind of going through some trails here as well, kind of going a little bit faster. There's dips and different things in the trail as well, and just making the quick turns on the trail was a whole lot easier with it. Gotta love the sound of that 350 Buick. Just right here, I kind of had a quick turn, and it just turned really effortlessly. This is me going through that trail again, just kind of having a camera outside view of it. Right here, I went through some cross traffic, kind of went through some more trails, just really getting to feel the power steering and see how it reacts. It was just crazy how much smoother it felt as I drove it. Even side hills like this, you'd hold one hand on the steering wheel and turn, and it just did what you needed it to. one hand effortlessly. So I slowed this video down because I wanted to show you what a dune buggy does when it crests over a dune. So you can see right here, when that front tire on my right side pops over the dune, it actually tries and throws the steering wheel down the hill once the other one pops over. Since I got the power steering though, as you can see in this video, it didn't jerk the steering wheel either way. And I felt like I could probably do that with one hand, where before I wouldn't have dared. So that's another benefit with the power steering. Here's just another video of me going up Sand Mountain, flooring it. I'm hitting the rev limiter, just having a good time. Another high-speed test. I mean, it's just smooth. Like, it's crazy how smooth it made the dune buggy feel. I didn't realize when I was going over bumps how much of the roughness was coming just from my steering wheel jerking back and forth. But as soon as I switched over to that power steering and it didn't jerk back and forth, it just made the whole ride feel so much smoother. In this shot, I'm actually having my dad drive because I wanted him to try out the power steering. And he kind of felt the same way that I did, that it just felt more stable, more smooth, was easier to drive, made the dune buggy feel light. But yeah, it's really changed the experience driving the dune buggy. It makes it a lot easier to drive, which is super nice. Alright, well, that's my review on the power steering from the Prius. I would highly recommend it to anyone that's thinking about doing it. Change the way that my dune buggy drives, makes it more enjoyable to drive. It's just awesome. That's all there is to it. You know, and I was thinking about durability, and I have two other friends that have had these units, and they've had them for a couple of years now. Well, at least one of those friends had his for a couple of years, and he's never had any problems. And realistically, these are built to last 200, 300,000 miles in a car. So you're going to have, you know, a little bit more of shocks and hard bumps when you're off-roading with it, but it should last a long time. I've seen some aftermarket units, like my dad's got an aftermarket unit that's more for a side-by-side on his dune buggy, and they're way more expensive, and when you put them side by side, the Prius power steering unit is a lot bigger and just seems more durable. So I think it's a good buy. I think it's durable. It works really well, and I would recommend it to anyone. That's all I got today for Cluttered Garage. Thanks everybody for watching, and comment if you have any questions. I'll do my best to go in the comments and answer any questions you may have that maybe wasn't covered in the video. And also please like and subscribe to the channel. I got some more videos coming. So sadly, the trip after I made this video, I was driving the dune buggy up Sand Mountain, and it started knocking, and I lost oil pressure. It still ran, but the engine it's old and tired. It's had a good run, so I'm going to be switching it over to a junkyard LS. I'm going to be doing videos of the project, you know, switching the motor out, adapting it to the transmission, all that stuff. And I'm pretty excited about it. I'm really excited to see how the LS does compared to the 350. They're pretty similar in horsepower, but the LS is a lot lighter, so I'm hoping it'll work a lot better. Also a revs higher, so that'll be nice too. So stay tuned for those videos. Watch out for the channel when those come out. And thanks again, everybody, for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time to view this. We'll talk to you next time.